Hello, everybody. I'm live. As some of you probably have seen on Instagram, because some of you asked me to show the box. You guys saw it on Instagram. This is my new pen box. I got it because I was getting so many pens that I needed something that would hold a good amount of pens. This holds in total 36 pens. I have counted it. Yes, it holds 36 pens. As you can see, it's a nice container. It holds them very nicely. As you guys probably have guessed, the top shelf is all of the pens that I have bought from Stephanie Sebastian. It has, I originally saw this on someone else's channel. So you can open this. So when I want to access it, I can open it like that, right? Close it. Keep it like that. Or if I want to have another drawer, it has like 3 drawers. So you guys get to see that. So what I did is if I had more than 2 pens, if I had 2 or more pens, then I put them together. So this whole first row is Stephanie Sebastian's pens. This is also a Stephanie Sebastian one. These 2 are Lisa Duckett. These 2 are Pasha pens. These 2 are Hand Turned Heaven. These 3 are Donna Bass. These 2 are Black Wolf Wordworks. So I was like, I need to do something to get my pens in a much more organized way. Now, I couldn't fit all my Enablers Outpost pens in this because some of them are like really thick. Like here's an Enablers Outpost. This pen in particular was too thick to fit in here. So I moved it to the side just so you guys get an understanding. And I couldn't even fit him in. I couldn't even fit this one in here. This is a Baby Yoda pen that I got from B-Stroke Blanks. So keep that in mind. So these 4 are all Enablers. These 5 are all Enablers Outpost. Because she does the thicker pens. So this 3, 4, 5, all Enablers Outpost. These 2 are Chroma pens. These 3 are Jim's Handmade. This one is Diamond Pen Pal. Now, I could have sworn I had another one of them, but I just can't find it right now. And then this one is Lexi Lily Boutique. I just thought this was a really cool pen when I got it. So I just want to show you guys the pens box there. So because some of you were asking me about it on Instagram, and I did leave a link where you can buy the pen box if anybody's curious. So it's finished up. Nothing can ever go right. Because I want to put the pen thing in my little room. That's why I'm keeping it as my other little room. Hello, Michelle. Hello, everybody. I did finish the diamond painting. That's enough. I think this tripod is out to murder me. Here's an issue. The legs don't stay locked, which is annoying. I don't know why the legs don't stay locked. So what I tried to do today was put this in, like I finished this morning. So for anybody who's curious as to what this looks like, this is the painting that I finished this month. See, when I shoot it like that, you can see it much better. Maybe I should have done it like that instead. So this is the fairy painting that I got from what was it called? Royal Diamond Painting Company, I think is the name of the company. Yeah, Royal Diamond Painting is the name of the company. So they're an online diamond painting. Now you gotta be careful because some of the images I've seen on other sites and some of them, you know, sometimes you gotta be careful where you're buying from because sometimes a lot of these places will sell original pieces and sometimes they do not sell original pieces. So just be careful when you're buying the paintings that they're actually legit. So now we're on to finished pages because it's the 27th. It's not the 28th, but since I don't really stream on Sundays, we can go through our finished pages. Fairy Tale Around the World by Erie. This is what we did. You guys remember we did this on the stream. We finished this after we had finished Girl Power. I just thought that would be really nice to do that one. And I want to say to Sammy, if she's here, color and chat with Sammy. You know, you're a very good enabler, Sammy. Yeah, I got enabled today by Miss Sammy. I went to her Instagram, and I should never go to Sammy's Instagram, or at least her story, because she always finds things that I don't find. So keep that in mind. So here's this one. This is Fairy Tale Around the World. We did this with a couple of different pencils, and I think we actually did this over the course of 2 streams because I finished one and then we still had time, so I did part of that, and then we did it again yesterday. We finished this one up. So that's the first one. I actually have done 51. I have colored in 51 books, 60 pages. I actually totaled it to an Excel. Oh yes, she was sharing her find. I should say she shared a find. Disney's Girl Power. You see already this one he wants to get out of the book. He wants me to tear it out of the book because the pages already are coming loose in this. See, that's the only thing I do not like about this one from Hatchet Heroes is that the pages are very easily come out. So that one we did with many different colored pencils. I should have stuck her to lighter colors, and instead I made her more orangey tone. And it was never my intention to make her more apricot-y. Rose Windows coloring book. Now, you know, this one I do markers. We all know how much Grace loves her rose windows. I think I was trying to do this with the last of my, I was trying to do this with the touch something markers, the cheap ones, the budget ones. This too, I took this as, originally it was supposed to be pink and red, and then I realized I needed to add more colors to it because I couldn't just do it pink and red. So I added more colors to it. Came out really interesting. This one, everybody said looked like something out of a 3-dimensional vortex. See, I like bright, cheerful colors. So sometimes I do something different. Now, this one came at the end, and I was like, let me use colors that I don't normally use. So I don't use like yellows and not this shade of purple. Don't they look for 3D, the rose windows? Yes, they do. So a lot of you got to see that pen box at the beginning of the stream. If you didn't, I left a link down below. Yeah, when I'm done with this, I actually, because of this, I can take the books off of where the diamond painting stash is, and then I can go look for my Chuck Pinsons. So maybe I can participate. But today and tomorrow, I'm going to try and get the Pegasus done. I think something fell, but I'm not sure what fell. Garden Fairy coloring book. Now, I originally got this for review, but I don't know what happened there. So as you can see, I did this one in pinks. I actually did Big Flower first. Then I realized I couldn't do the colors that I originally wanted the fairy. But I said to myself, you know what, we can still put blue in it because blue actually works in it. Yeah, the pages are black in this, and you can tell. Like they really leak. Thank God I put a blotter page behind because my sprees really like, yeah, this was done in sprees, but you can tell when the sprees really are very, very thick markers, and they go through very much. If this didn't have black paper, you could see even more. Just think about that. Fantasy landscapes, color by number. Now, you guys know I do these live. I know Robin is probably doing her Chuck Pinson, but I got to look through my stash to see if I have any. I know I have one Chuck Pinson, and it's the one that she's doing, which is funny. But that would be my only Chuck Pinson. So this is the one that I did with the color. But they're always changing like some of the colors stay the same. It's the same colors, but they always change what numbers are going to be each one. So I am doing these in order, just because it's easier to keep the palette the same and try to memorize it. Mythical Mermaids. Another one by Color Questopia. I try to keep the books the same. So as you guys can tell, I like, you know what I realized? That I like them in black backgrounds more, the color by number. And so what I did with this, what I'm doing with these now is putting the black lines in. Next time I order something for Color Questopia, the backgrounds have to be in black lines because I just don't like the way they look. This one I didn't even post, but I did like it. I should have left it alone and not done the black lines in this one. Probably would have come out a little bit better, but I'm like, I don't really like how they come out when they come out plain. So I'm thinking, just say, next time get the black backgrounds because the black backgrounds are so much better. Pretty Girls with Wings and Things by Amanda S. Byron. This is one I haven't even posted yet. You guys have seen it. Isn't that cute? I like this book because it's cute. It's not like overly done. Now, this was one that Kim wanted me to do, and someone had asked me on one of the comments, can you do grayscale with pencil? So we did this one via live. Oh, God. Right on my thing. I hate when this happens. I hate when I'm having a problem lately. Maybe you guys can help me understand what it is. Is that sometimes when I grab something, that my grip is what's causing me problems. And this is why I'm also no longer bowling. Because if I don't have the grip, I can't control where my ball goes. So we did this one via live stream because someone wanted to see it in pencil, and Miss Kim wanted it done in pencil. Now this is where the second half begins. So this is the pencil version of it. Now I did this in marker a long time ago. So you can see the difference between marker and pencil. And what we ended up using at first on her hair was Prisma, but I didn't like the way that the paper reacted with the Prisma. Then we did her tail with Schiffer-Farben. I didn't like the way her tail came out, to tell you the truth. Really, I didn't. And then we used Holbein's, and Holbein's, believe it or not, really worked the best on this paper. Just a note, guys. Here's a note if you are interested in what paper works best. Because not all pencils are going to work the same. Steampunk, my bestie Steampunk by Sherry Baldy. Now, a lot of you don't see this book too often because I don't usually take it out. So I thought this was cute. And I love steampunk. I love doing things with steampunk. So I used a lot of markers in this. Originally, she was supposed to be a St. Patrick Day steampunky. But unfortunately, I had to put a little blue because the green, there was too much, it was too much dark green. And, you know, green on green doesn't always work. So put a little blue in her. So thought that was cute. Of course, I have to have a Deborah Mueller. You all know how much I love my Deborah Mueller books. I like this one. This one I did in pink, red, and purple. A little purple, pink. But pink, and that was nice. And then I did this one. A lot of you didn't even see me post this one, so it wasn't exactly, you know, when I did it, I'm like, Sometimes you know you don't like something, and you know you don't like. Whimsical Dreams. Whimsical Dreams by Demeter Victoria. We did this one. A lot of you liked this one. Thought she was really cute. I liked the way she came out. I thought she was fun to do. This is the Demeter Victoria one. Demeter Victoria actually has a fairy book out on Amazon, guys. It's in hardcover, which is different because I didn't even know she had the fairy one until I went looking. And then on her recent releases, and then she has a fairy book in hardcover. So I'll let you know when I get that book what the paper is like, because the paper could be very different than this. So that is Whimsical Dreams. Yeah, I like Grayscale. And if you ask me, did I get the new Avon Browns? And I'm going to tell you right now, no, I did not, because I want them in Grayscale going forward. The new Grayscale one that she has, I have that one in line art. So the next ones that she has in Grayscale, I might get them because I don't want them in line art. I want them in Grayscale. I really like this one. I didn't think this one needed a background. I just love the way this one came out. I actually had seen someone else do a picture, but they did it in different colors than me. So I was like, oh, I must have this one. So my idea was pink, purple, blue. The hair was the first thing I did. So everything else came later. And I think I did this with Spree, Copics, and I think I did some pencil work, but just in areas where you can't see it to make it look even. Because something happened with the markers that they went like... They particularly went flat on the water. I don't know why. Water is always the problem with me. And my own markers always seem to dry up whenever I do water. Just saying. Fashion. Black background. Now, I skipped a page and didn't realize I had skipped a page in this book. So, this one. I did this one, which I really like the way this one came out. And then I did this one. I'm not happy with this. I don't like this picture in per se, but I did it. I meant to do this one, but I had a hard time with this one. I had a hard time reading the numbers. For whatever reason, when you do the Color Questopia books, they make them really, really tiny in some places. So I'm like, Nikki Burnett, Spellbinding Images. I did this one. So I did this one, and this is a grayscale coloring book. And this is the beginner's edition, volume 3. I had volume 2. I finished it, and I actually no longer have that. Here's the thing, guys. I'm not keeping all my finished coloring books because it's too hard, and I don't have enough room to keep them all, unfortunately. So, I mean, it's kind of like, I do too. Like, only the really, really special books will be... Yeah, my idea was to make it pink and make it stand out. Like most of the time you see it as gray, brown. And I'm like, you know what? I want to make it different. I want to make it like just pop. See, that's the reason why I used pink and red, because I think it was Valentine's Day when I did this. So I wanted to make it stand out. And since pink and red are Valentine's Day colors, that's why I did it. Next, I will get that. Next little pile. I did 51 books, 60 pages this month, according to my Excel sheet. And I list everything as soon as it's done in my notebook and in my Excel sheet. So Zodiac Special. We did this. This has 4 illustrators in it. So I know. Come on, 11 of you. Come on, you can like this. It's okay if you don't. Come on, give me a thumbs up. This one I did with originally I did her pink and brunette, but I should have done this in a different color, but I kind of like it because it kind of stands out, because this is pink, this is purple, blue, lavender. I like this. I think I used my Sprees, my Touch Something markers and that. Oh, no, 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 Danielle. We don't have little books. We have big piles. I just make them into smaller piles. They're one big pile, but then they become big piles. After I'm done this, I have to go through my diamond painting stash since I finished one of my diamond paintings, and you saw that at the beginning. Fairy Special by Yana Prosvervina. Now, a lot of people will get her book, so this is the one I did. I also used some glitter. I also used some gel pens. I think I used the, what did I use for this? Did I use the Color It gel pens? I think this might be the Color It gel pens because I don't have these colors in the Pentel Sparkle Pops. I know what I used in this Pentel, so I think I did use the Color It gel pens, or maybe I used the last of them. Maybe I used the other gel pens that I have in the storage thing. I'm not sure. This is another one that I did a long time ago. I might do her next. I'm not sure because I'm trying to do what I want to do. One of the goals I have this year. Oh, yes, there are flowers on my jeans, but they're not really jeans. They're what we call capris. Yes, they're capris. Thank you very much. Capris look different on me because I'm tall, so. I was doing laundry before, you know. And now only one of the two dryers is working in the laundry room. And last month, okay, and now this bothers me. I'm going to outright tell you why this bothers me. I called up a few weeks, got the laundry, I got the dryer fixed, right? Both dryers weren't working. Now, a few weeks later, the thing breaks after they fix it for like the second or third time in a month. And it breaks down. And I'm like, why is it always breaking down on my floor, a dryer or a washer? Because this limits what you can do. And then it becomes, then I have to do, everything takes longer when you only have one machine to do the drying, especially when you have people who are used to using two washers. So it's very frustrating. It's very, oh, no, 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 no. I don't want you to see my face because my face isn't very nice and I haven't washed it. I don't usually show my face. I don't like to show my face. No, I don't want to show my face. Then I did this one, which I really like this one. Thank God I watched Bridgerton because this showed me how to do the dresses in Victorian fashion after watching that show. And I liked it because I used a little bit of different things. I think I used my Copics, my sprays, my touch something markers or what they called. And then I think I used one of the Blicks to do the background. So I'm really happy with this. Now this is one of the 10 books to finish this year. This is in the top 10 to finish. I'm almost, you know, guys, I have 10 pictures left in Rose Windows to do. Really, I do. I counted it because I'm doing that book in order. And this is an old book, but this is no longer. Now this version of this book, guys, there's a version of this book out. I think she reprinted it, but it's called something else. I think it's called Faces or something is what it translates into in English. So I did this one with Pablo's gel pens. I think my Color It gel pens. I think I used Prisms for the skin. Probably did because that's typically what I use. Schiffer-Faber for the crown, for the yellow. I know a lot of you are probably watching both me and Robin right now. Is Robin watching me right now as well? I know a lot of you are probably watching Robin as well. Who's watching Robin? Oh, she streamed 14 minutes ago. Then we get 100 beautiful mandalas. I did this one I think what happens is I was trying to use darker colors what I had left in one of my other sets when I did this, and then I ran out of the colors. So then I was like, okay, I'll use lighter colors from other sets to do that. Yes, you can if you have enough devices. I've seen people do it, Michelle. So then we have black and white. Now, I don't have too many Sun Life drawing books, as you guys probably have guessed. I did this one. Yes. Then I did this one. So I did this one with pinks and greens. Just spoke to me, make it a plant. So this one I use when I want something not too hard. Grace. Grace has hardcovers in her collection. Oh, I don't know who's doing this, but today on Instagram I saw that somebody's doing a March Clara Makova month. So I don't know who's doing it, but that's a great idea to get people to do your. Why is it every time I turn around this is this part of the book? So we'll do it like that. See, sometimes you can't get a picture a certain way. But we did this one in Jean Maurice. I had started it a long time ago and never finished it. So I decided to finish it on live with you guys. So, the red hair was what took the longest bit of time to do. So I'm really proud of this picture. I really like Jean Maurice. I don't get to do this. We did this with colored pencils. A lot of the times I work with my markers. I don't often get to work with another Disney princess book. Gee, I sense I used my Disney books a lot this month. And did a lot. I guess we did because I guess it was fairy tale month. I still have to finish this mandala, but I want to show you what happens sometimes with certain pencils. They do this. Have you guys ever had that happen where you close a book and it leaves that residue on it? I got to end up doing this now to fix this, so that way it can not affect the paper going forward. Then I have to figure out what I did with those colors. And then we did this. This was Sleeping Beauty. We did this one live. And we used a couple of different, I can't remember what we did, but we did this on a live stream. Remember, we used the Pentel. I think we used the colored gel pens because I like those pens. I think we also used my Holbeins. Yeah, we used my Holbeins for the red and green. I remember that. Remember for the flowers and the leaves, we used the Holbeins. I remember that the red flowers with the Holbeins because I had just gotten Holbeins when I did that. So, okay, this month I used a lot of colored pencil work in my thing, and normally we don't do that because normally I'm a marker girl. This one I did off camera. This is Slavic Beauty, and I think this is also another book that I'm one of 10 books that I want to finish. This one I will keep when I'm finished with it, along with the other one. Some of these books are just like these hardcover ones are just too pretty not to keep. And Sammy enabled me for another Chinese book. So we did that. Oh, be lucky, Paula. I have more than 50 something books, but I'm thinking of doing something. I've seen a lot of colorist companion books out there, and I'm thinking about making one of my own. Like the things that I like about the swatch book, I like, and then I've seen some other things that I like in some other things. So I'm thinking maybe I should start making what's called a chart book and then see if it works for me. Isn't it? I like this hair. I don't remember what pencils I used. I either used Polychromos or Pablo. But for the flowers and the other stuff, I think I used Tombow Irritants because they're very light colored. And I think I also used Black Widows. I know I used Black Widows on the face. Yeah, on the skin, I used Black Widows and Prismas. I used the Prisma to finish it off, but I used Black Widows. You can use Black Widows for skin tone if you have the skin tone set. So that was just one pile, guys. So now we go off to the next pile. Why can't I ever roll this? Like, a normal person can roll their chair. But no, not me. I have to have the most difficult chair in the world. Snow White. This is called Princess Snowball or Princess Snow White. I think this is the Polish Snow White. So I don't know what the language is. And you guys know that you selected this actually to do in a live stream. Luckily for me, it didn't leave too much bleed through. It left a little bleed through, but that's okay. We can probably fix that. So we did this with the whole binds as well. We did this on live stream. I forget what we did with this one, but I know we used the, because I didn't remember what color this was, and this looks different than the rest of it because I started off in the rest of it, but the rest of it was used in different pencils probably. It's definitely Polish, so it is a Polish book. I don't even, people have been asking me about this book, and I do not remember where I got it because it was so long ago. It's probably when I was doing when I was on my buying spree. Oh, I like that foreign book. I like that foreign book. I want that foreign book. Probably was one of those books that I picked up with something else. So, what was this in there? Come on. What? I knew I had an in there. It's like, why is that not in there? Definitely is Polish. Thank you very much. When I'm done with this, I have to put all of this away on my shelves. Keep that in mind unless I start coloring again. Because it's always. So, this one is called 50 Beautiful Mandalas Coloring. Now, this is a little book, and I kind of use it for when I just want to do something simple, easy. This also has Sudokus in the back of it, so I did this one. I forget why I picked these colors, but I definitely like the smaller little books. But as you can see, I kind of am going through this book in order. I don't go out of order too much in the book, but this is a personal decision. You can do that, but for this one, I just use this one. I'm like, okay, I just need to put pen and color to something, and then I do that. Sorry, sometimes because the books are so different sized, I like to put them in a weird way. Fairyland by Molly Harrison. You all know how much I love Molly Harrison. This is the line art. This is not the grayscale. What happened was the marker kept drying up on me. Every marker that I used for this color, I used 3 different markers in this color. I finally had to finish it off. What I did was I finally took a blender pencil, and then I used when the marker dried it, tried to make it even, and I failed in the background. This is why I don't do backgrounds, because I always fail at them. So that's the story of that. That is the page that I consider a failure. Pink wings. I do a lot of pink wings. I like pink wings. I notice I do a lot of that. Pink wings. Girlfriend's coloring book by Deborah Mueller. You all know how much I love Deborah Mueller. I especially love her newest style. Now, this is the one that I did as for Color Your Hoard. This is the very first one I did. I just thought this was so funny when I did it because originally I was mentioning my nieces Hazel and Sire. Yeah, that's my brother's children. 2 girls. So then when I actually finished doing it, it looks like my mother and me. Really, it does. Turned out to be my mother and me drinking our coffee because we're big time coffee connoisseurs. And then I did this one recently. You guys saw this on Instagram. Oh, I can only imagine that must have been so hard to do that. I would have cried a lot. I really would have cried a lot. I think I'm going to have to put this all down because this is starting to get hard on my leg. And I'm having a problem with my leg. This is Mystical Fairy Coloring Book, another Molly Harrison. This was an old one that I started, and then I finished it. I used gel pen, markers, and some pencil, just for little things here and there. You see, when you do this, this sometimes happens with the glitter. The glitter gets on other parts of the page. When the only part of the page that you had glittery was the moon, and then it goes all over the other stuff. So I don't know why that happens, but it does happen. This one, did we do an Ivy and Yankee butterfly? I don't remember doing this one, but obviously we did. Adorable Portraits by Pink Label. I did this one. I didn't like the way this one came out. To tell you the truth, this says really, she says they're adorable, but I'm not feeling this book like I normally do. But maybe I need to color it in a little bit more. I like the red flowers. I should have made this a lighter brown. This is what happens when you start new markers. Sometimes that happens. You pick the wrong color. It's hard. Butterfly. I have this in here because I don't like things to get all over the place. So this was something we were working on, I believe. I was working on this page for a little bit, still didn't finish it. But they say little by little, you'll get this page done. That's what they're telling me. Little by little, I'll get this page done. And then I think this is what I did. Oh, yeah. Remember, we started this on the stream, but I finished it off camera. And this has so much glitter in it. It's like a glitter bomb. Let me show you what this is like without the paper in it. I just have that to protect the glitter from going everywhere else on my paper. This is a glitter bomb. We started this on stream because I had just finished something else and then we started it. I think I started this and then I did this. The thing is, I'm trying to finish it, do it in order, and it's not really working the way that I imagined it would be. But because it's a storybook, you kind of sometimes, you have to do it in order. I am still waiting on Worlds of Wonder, Fragile World, and Luna. You guys, I'm thinking about doing make it a colorist companion of my own. And then what you can do is charts like that. August Reverie for Fantasy Art Adult Coloring Book. Now, this is a new book. You guys didn't get to see it. It's one of the newer books. I think I showed it to you briefly. This is what I did. This is called Belisa Rose. I think it's called Beautiful Rose. So I made her blonde. Did blue, red, and pink. So I did this for Color Your Hoard. Hello, Jimmy. Alice in Wonderland. I think we did this. Yeah, we did this on camera. I started it off camera. You guys all know how much work this was to do. But you would hear when you did it. So we did this. The only thing that I didn't do was Alice, but everything else we did on camera. So that's what we did there. We are in our finished pages. Who would ever think I would get into color by number books? But I really do like them. So this is Fairy Magic Color by Number. I wish I had gotten it in black background. It was only after I bought this that they came out with the black version of it. Like, I get mad now. This was for Color Your Hoard. So I haven't done anything else in it, but I will. This is the next one I'm going to do. So I try to do them in order. Otherwise, I like doing them in order. Yeah, I'm looking for a Chuck Pinson. I'm sure I have several Chuck Pinsons from Diamond Art Club that I can do. This is I Daydream. I did this one. This is actually Akiko art. She does the surreal fantasy book, but she just changed her name. So it isn't, if someone asked me, that art looks a lot like Akiko's, and I go, it's the same person. She just changed her name. Just so you guys think, when they say, oh, she stole Akiko's art. There's also a hardcover version of this book, so take that. I am not looking forward to coloring this one because I do not like this stupid ass bird. I do not like coloring birds. But I will get over that. Probably I will figure out how to color him. I will probably look online to see how I can color this bird and then get that inspiration for the ideas on how to color him. I got this version of the book and I didn't buy the hardcover version for 2 reasons. One, I like using my markers, and number 2 was cheap. Oh, I also have news for you guys. This book, which I got off of Etsy, actually is now on Amazon. Yeah, she's selling it on Amazon. This woman is now selling this book on Amazon. When I looked for it, it wasn't on Amazon, but now it is on Amazon. So you can get this grayscale book on Amazon if anybody's interested. I love coloring grayscale. Why is this thing? I knock into this thing and then it becomes problematic. This is Chibi Girls Coloring Book. Oh, the thing got lost. Huh. See, this one I actually filled in the black lines. Next time, I will no longer buy books that don't have black lines in them. So I did this one with the black lines. This first one I did without the black lines. I don't really like it without the black lines. That's just me personally. So I fill in the black lines with a black fine line or a black marker. And I will show you this one. This one I'm working on, even though my hair is supposed to be brown, I've decided to make it red. I am tired of coloring brown-haired girls in the books. I wanted a redhead. So that is the only thing I did different on this picture. It is a whip. I don't like having too many whips. Mermaids by Carol Calm. You should be more in the center. We did this one in markers. Now, this one, I had no problem with the background, and my markers enjoyed this paper. Go figure. This paper is weird because it doesn't like my Copics, but it likes my sprees. It's funny because some markers don't like certain books. So, now this is a book I haven't touched in a long time. This is called Color My Sketchbook. This is the very first one. I don't even think that this is in print anymore. Some of Bennett Klein's books aren't in print. Now, this is one of my first, and this is one of my first books I ever did grayscale. I have some really horrible attempts at grayscale with pencil. I'll tell you right now, some of these are my very first things I ever did with grayscale in this book. So, I have a cat picture in here, I think. But I don't use it too often because the paper. Okay, here's one of my first grayscale pictures that I did in pencil. It's one of my first early attempts at learning how to do grayscale. I don't like looking back on it. I didn't like the way that I did it. Now, if I was to go back, would I have probably done this differently? Yes. This is before I learned how to use marker. And this was done with Prismacolors because I can tell it has that waxy. Oh, thank you, Miss Michelle, for the super chat. Guys, you don't even realize that super chats are wonderful. Thank you. You're very welcome. You guys did me sing too. During this whole time, you guys. Okay, and here's another one I did early on. I didn't like this one, but this is how you learn how to do grayscale. You're gonna mess up when you first do grayscale, whether it be pencil or marker. So that's what I did with that. I've gone back to the Bennett Kleins for grayscale because now I'm a little bit more of a skilled colorist and I'm not as afraid as doing grayscale. So I did this one in markers. So I was like, you know what? I want to try doing it more in this book. I need to do more in this book because he has just some wonderful sketches in here that I really want to get my hands on doing this. This is an early one, but I'm not sure if this is pencil or marker. I think I have to look up there. It's part marker. So I need to finish this one too. And figure out what I'm going to do for the rest of it because I think his work is beautiful, Bennett Klein. His daughter's work is beautiful too, May. He has a daughter named May. Some of you may know her book, Mandalas. I don't own it by chance. But this is another cutesy wootsy book. This is called Kawaii Girl Fashion. I like the pictures in this, but one of the things that I had messed up on this book early on, and then I didn't color in it for a while, was this picture. But I decided, you know what, I messed up. Let me just do it however I can do it, and then boom, we'll fix it. We'll worry about everything else later. So, as you can tell, I've done a few pages in this. This is like an anime book, but with cute girls. Kind of like in that vein of chibis or manga girls. You can see I've done this book. I didn't do it in order, but now I'm doing it. See, and this is the one I did this month. So I kind of am like filling in the gaps of the book. And then I think after her, I don't think I have another. I'm not sure if I have any books in this book. Oh, yeah, I have her next. And I think this is the Moon White that I used in Copic. So I got to finish doing her at some point. Then I did her too. I did this a long time ago. I know what you mean. This one too. So I'm trying to fill in some gaps here. I think this one was supposed to be a St. Patrick one or a Valentine's Day one. I'm not really sure about why I did the colors I did. Sometimes you're like, why did you do those like that? Well, as you can see, I don't really do a whole lot in this, but this is like kind of that book you do to just have fun. Fantastic Beauties adult coloring book. This is the first one. You all know I have an obsession with Demeter Victoria. I finished doing this one. I really like Demeter Victoria's face ones. I started this one, never finished this one. I need to get back and finish her up too. Like, I have a bunch of whips in this book. I don't know why I have a bunch of whips in this book, but I do. Finally finished doing her hair. I don't know what color this is. Tell you the truth, I do not know what color this is. So I need to do her outfit. I need to do this. I might try and match the pink to this. Or I might do blue. Thinking blue, purple, or pink to this. You guys do know that there's a section for this. This too I need to finish. I realize that I start pictures and then I don't finish them. I need to stop doing that, You guys ever do that with your pictures? I have one more big pile afterwards, but that's all the spiral bounds. You guys know what I mean by spiral bounds. This is Marked in Ink by Megan Masker. She's a tattoo artist like Chris. What's his name? The one that does. Oh, he does that Flash tattoo one, the Animal Odyssey one. Then he has another one. Chris Garver. I don't like to have too many of them because when it gets too many, then you're like, okay, it's time to start doing it. And then I did this one on a whim because I think what happened was I was trying to finish up some of my older marker sets, and then I was like, I had yellow and I had these purple colors, so I was like, you know what? I have these lying around. Let's make a mandala. Then I had to add the blue and green. Originally, it was only going to be the yellows and purples, but then I realized I needed other colors to kind of round out the mandala. So I thought this was a really nice mandala to do like that. So then you do this. This is Whimsy Girl Celebrate the Holidays and Festive Occasions by Hannah Lynn. Now, some of you know that I love this book. And we did our Super Bowl girl. We did this on stream. And as most of you know, that I'm a big-time Jets fan. I am not a fan of the Chiefs. I am not a fan of the Buccaneers. So, you know what I mean? Like that. I did not do the Chinese New Year, even though I should have done it. It's really hard for me to come up with colors sometimes, and sometimes you run out of time to do it because you're busy working on other projects. But I did do my Valentine's Day girl. Originally, this actually was funny because I meant to put her in a lighter brown color. I actually was going to put her red until I saw all the hearts in this, and then I was like, no, I can't make her a redhead. I got to make her a brunette or a blonde. So I made her a brunette. I didn't do the one behind it, so. I actually know that there's a color along. I know there's a color along for this book in particular. I think it's called The Whimsy Girls Year Long. I know there's a year-long color along for this book. I don't know who's hosting it, but somebody is doing a year-long color along in this. I know Sammy's doing a Color in Heaven. Those are the magazines that we get from Anthem for the year. So it's called Color Your Stash or something. I have a lot of books, so don't worry about it. So this is called Black Pink. This is a adult coloring book. Now, this is a pop group in, I think, Asia. This is an Asian pop group, but I'm not sure which country they're in. They are actually like, what is that male pop group that everybody likes? They're all Asian and they're wonderful. BTS, I think, is the group, but they're very similar to it, only a female version of it. So I colored her. I don't like the way her skin came out. The marker kept drying out on me. So at that point, I had to do, after I was done with this picture, I drew the, yes, BTS. So yeah, they like BTS, the group. I've colored quite a few pictures in this. Actually, you know, I'm not happy with some of these pictures. I'm not happy with the skin. You know, when I colored this, you know who this reminded me of with a little bit of makeup on? The way I colored this girl reminded me of Andrea Alicia. Yeah, that's who this girl reminded me of when I colored her. So I got to figure out how I'm coloring this. I think this was one of their videos they did. I love the red hair on this girl. Love this. This would have been nice had the marker not dried out on me. So sometimes it's just a matter of figuring out what I'm going to color them. I do a lot of gem work. I do a lot of glitter work in here. This book is just like one of those books that you do just to have fun and see what you can do with it. You know what I mean? They have a lot of fun things in here. Not every book you keep, but some books you just have fun with, you know? I don't know if I'm going to keep this one or not. This one I'm probably going to keep because I like the pictures in it. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I found out that there's a second Color in Chicks Grayscale book. And I did put it on order, just so you know. And Sammy shared a new Asian coloring book. I saw it on her Instagram, on her story, and then I had to order it. Thanks a lot, Sammy. So when that comes in, you guys will get to see that. Yeah, Sammy is bad for my wallet. So this is Coloring Chicks Grayscale coloring book. I like the pictures in it, and this book does beautiful work with markers. Nobody likes finished books. Nobody likes that, Michelle. So, and then I did this. This is called Sunshine. You all saw this on the picture. I like this book. Actually, I was hoping to get it a little lighter in an orange, but this ended up being vermilion, and it still worked. Believe it or not, this book actually, this color actually worked. I chose the wrong color. Sometimes, you know, accidents happen. Some books I keep, some books I do not. I don't want to be famous. I like my life not being famous. Being famous comes with pitfalls. Classy Princessa by Danita Victoria. Yes, and this is Grayscale. This is one of the 10 books I want to finish. I did this one. I messed up the skin, so I had to go over it with a Polychromos flesh pencil to straighten it. I know. I have, I think, how much left in the first half to do? This much left to do in the first half, Michelle. And then I get to do them again in version 2. So yeah, I have to find I finished the diamond paint, and you all saw the box of Beauty. What did you think of my box of Beauty? So I did this one. You know, it didn't really come out, but I did put a little bit of glitter on the pots. It didn't come out in the picture on Instagram as well. This is called Love is Everywhere. This is like her Valentine's Day one. My mother loves everything I do from the Grayscale. Not all of it, but most of it she likes. This one is Magical Beauties Coloring Book, Book 3. I wasn't sure when I posted this picture on Instagram which book it was from, so now I know it's from book 3. Now, some of you have guessed I put glitter on this thing. And this is what you call Intergalactic Diplomat. I'm not sure if this is one of the books that I got to finish for 2020 that I put on that coloring book tag. So I'll look again on that. So that was in there. Those books, the Christina McAllister ones, were enabled by Anne. Oops, I said enabled. I should have said shared by Anne. I should have said shared by Anne because Anne doesn't like the word enable. So then I did Kawaii Grayscale coloring book. I ended up buying this book before they got rid of this cover because now they have a new cover. The images are, I think, the same. It's just a different cover. And so they did something with the Jade Summer books that I'm not amused with. I did this one. I think this was early in the month. So I did this one. I like Tropical Girl, as we call her. So you guys know that I think I've only done a few in this. I haven't done a whole lot. I think I did this one. I started this one. I finished that one. So I've done one. Started one. Two. 3. 4. We did her 2. This is section 4. Oh, I did start something else. We started something else. I always find that I have whips in here that I don't know I have. I did her 2, so that's 5, 6. We started her 2. When I see this, I think Tomb Raider or Assassin's Creed. I do not know why my mind jumps to Assassin's Creed or Tomb Raider. The Grayscale books, in my opinion, are worth it. Now, this be a fun one to color for St. Patrick's Day. I think who did this image a while back? There was someone who did it. Wait a minute, I know who did it. Miss Ann did this picture 1 year for St. Patrick's Day. That's why I know that picture. I watch Ann's channel quite a lot. I have not seen the new video, so do not ask me about it because I haven't watched it yet. Please do not spoil it for me. So that is that in Kawaii Grayscale group. So I have a few pictures to do in here that need to be finished in the whip section. Spirals. And the big ones. No, calendar, don't fall, calendar. This is one of my 10 books to complete in 2021. And I have 2 whips in here that I'm not finished yet. I did this one, and this is September of 2020. This is done by White Stag. Now, if you guys don't know who White Stag is, that's the Misfits lady. So, I got to figure out what I want to do with the dragon one. Oh, no, we did the April. So, I've done this one. I did this one. This one took me so long to do, and I don't like the way the dog came out. I'm not good at fur. As you have seen there. We did this one. We started it. We finished it on. We started off camera, but then we finished it on camera. Started it on camera, finished it off camera. Finished it. Did work off camera, then finished it. Then I did Micah Jelena. I love this picture. I really wish she would come out with more books. Then this is a whip in progress. This is the Selena Fennec one. I love calendars to a point. This is one that I will eventually have to work on. I have no clue how I'm going to color this. This might be one where I actually ask you guys to help me color dragons because I'm not good at dragons. Then this one is Zen von Zen. We finished this one in September. I think we did this October one a long time ago. I think I actually did that last October. Not this October. Oh, no. This is an Ennis Guerrero one. Still to do. We did this one a long time ago. I love this one. We actually did this on a live stream. I think when I first got this book, this was one of the very first ones I did in the book because it's Anna Lynn. And I just loved that one. Of course, Michelle loves dragons. Her nickname should be Dragon Lady. Then we did this one, and I think, what is this one from? Adele Lorraine, who you know as Meadowhaven. Yeah, it helps to know have a good memory of who's who in the coloring book community. So that's the spiral bound. We have a lot more to go through. I have thick, big books. These are not spiral bound, but these are still big books. I like big books, and I cannot lie. This is Elegant Escapes from Crayola. I think I bought this at a Hallmark store. For whatever reason, I bought this. I don't remember why. Maybe it was on a discount. And I did this with gel pens and markers. As you guys can see, can't really see the gel pen unless I lift it up, and then you see the gel pen. Yeah. It's one of those whim buys. We call them whim buys. Do you know what a whim buy is? You buy it on a whim without looking at it, really. 101 unique mandalas. Now, I bought this one. This is actually funny. And I think I did. Was that the one? Oh, really? It was 2. I don't know why this wasn't marked. I did this one with Crayola Escapes and other markers because I think I wanted to use up the rest of my touch something markers and never finished using all of them because I couldn't. I wanted to finish up using that set. So I ended up doing that, and then I ran out of colors, and then I had to use my Crayola markers, which I have. I do have a set of Crayola Super Tips. Not a big set, a small set. So I did that to be finished it up. And then this, I had some old gel pens, so I wanted to use them up. So I decided I'm going to use up the gel pens with markers. So this is some gel pens, old gel pens I had, and markers. That's how that one came about. And we all know this one. One of Grace's favorite people in the whole entire world. We all know Grace and her Asian coloring books. Grace loves her Asian coloring books like everybody else who buys them. This is called Girls with Music by Momo Girl. And you all know we did this on stream. This was a 2-stream live stream. We did this with many different pencils and and we used gel pens. I think those were my Color It gel pens. Now, I will say that I am really impressed with the Color It gel pens. I did not think I would be impressed with them, but they are absolutely 100% worth the price that they charge for them. And I think at the time I had just got in my new pastel colored pencils in. That's why we did this and this. And then we changed the color to this. And then you guys gave me ideas on how to add more levels to it. So remember, you guys actually helped me in coloring this picture. That's why I know what this one was for. Sally Berry Sweet Home Easy Large Prints for Adults. We did this one. I think some of my markers were fading, so I decided to use that and do that like that. My markers were fading while I was doing this, so that's why some of the colors look weird. So that's Sweet Home by Sally Berry, and shared this with us. Succombs do Dark Fantasy. Succombs. Now, her real name is Emile Gerridge. She goes under Succombs. I bought this book last year. So this is a spiral bound, and this book is beautiful for markers. And if you have to use pencils, it works too for pencils. So I did this one. This is not as well known as her other book, but she was actually supposed to have a new book out this year, and it hasn't come out. So I'm just waiting patiently to see if there's going to be a new book from her. So I hope there is a new book from her, but I did that with a couple of different brands of markers. I can't remember offhand what I used, probably Copics and Sprees, knowing me. I actually finished this book. Oh, sorry. Why does this thing not lock? And I put it on a lock position, and it still doesn't lock. I don't know. It was I bought the same tripod as I got last time, and this thing doesn't lock. Even if I have it in lock position, it doesn't lock. It's like one of those weird things that happens during a stream. So I've colored a lot of this. I did finish this book, so I do have to actually go through the pictures on Pinterest and see what I did here. All we need is us. This is by Jennifer Stay. Now, Jennifer Stay has a website called Coloring Page Bliss. And so what she does is you can choose the paper you want, and this is mixed media paper. This was the last page I colored in this book. So the dog is white normally. If you guys go to Jennifer Stay has a YouTube channel. Her little dog is white. She has the dog with her. It's a therapy dog. So she needs the dog. So that's why that one is there. Paw Prints on My Heart. This was just, it was really cute to do when I did this with sprays. So as you can tell, I've done a lot of work in this book. When you go to Jennifer Stay's Coloring Bliss website, she has tons of spiral bound books, but they are a little bit on the pricey side. You can also get a customized book, meaning you can pick the pictures you want in it. You can pick the paper you want. You can pick whether or not you get a color swatch chart, whether you get it spiral bound or not like this. So there's lots of things to think about. So the more pages, if she gives you so many pages, and then if you want more pages on your customized book, it's a little bit more money. So keep that in mind when you are buying from Jennifer Stay. I did finish this. This is it is a finished book. So I did finish one this month, so I am very proud of that. More finished pages. Now, this is a book you never see. This is called Country Spring. Now, this book really has some nice pictures, but I'm going to show you some things in this book because I think you guys should be aware if you ever use. See, I used markers in this book, and you can use it. The paper's nice and thin, but I'm going to show you something that happens. Now, when I did this page, I didn't realize it at the time because at the time I had Everblend markers, Arteza Everblend. I'm going to show you what they do. This is what they do. And I was using a blotter, and it still went through. This is the grossest thing by Arteza ever. So that's what Arteza does to your pages, Everblend markers. I probably am going to be able to cover it if I use dark enough colors. I just want you guys to be aware that if you ever use Arteza Everblend marker, the pencils are fine. But it's, that's a thing that you got to think about that when you do it. So that's Country Spring. In total, it was 60 books. Yeah, I'm not kidding. 51 books, 60 pages. Last month it was 54 coloring books, 3 PDFs, and 79 images. So I actually did less. But here's the thing. Here's the trade-off to that. I actually went to work this week. So I started working again for 2 days a week. I finished one diamond painting. So all that. So I did this. Oh, I had a blotter in there. I didn't even realize I had a blotter in there. So I keep a blotter page behind. Anytime I work with markers, I always keep a blotter page in stock. So this is that. And then I use Pentel Sparkle Pop. I know I use the Pentel Sparkle Pop to go around because that's usually what I use for the borders. So this is the Fantasy Grayscale coloring book. This is the special artist edition. This is not the thick one you get on Amazon. This one you specifically have to order at Etsy if you want that one. What's a good idea? So here's the thing about Invisible City. I did her. This is Mardell Rubio's newest book. You can purchase it off of Amazon, but I had such a hard time getting it. I was like, are you kidding me? You know, that's the way I feel sometimes about some people's books. Like, their books are so hard to get. You're like, come on, your book shouldn't be that hard to get. I had to order it 3 different times before I got a copy. First time I was on pre-order, then they couldn't ship my book. Second, and then I tried to reorder. Same thing happened. Third time happened. Boom, I was able to get the book when it released. Such a crazy ass thing that happens with books sometimes. But this was definitely markers. I can tell it was markers because look. And what is the sign of a nice juicy marker, everybody? You can see that. And of course, I definitely use a blotter page. So see, I like when they're spiral bound like this. I wish all books could come like this. My life would be easier. Why does this one not have a tag on it? Maybe I don't see the tag. I know, right? That is a good idea. I know, right? That's a good idea. Then the next thing we have Lindsay Girl Through the Decades. This is the artist edition. This I actually got off of Hannah Lynn's website. You can get there is a version on Amazon that you can get this book on Amazon for a lot less money, but it comes on the Create Space paper. This is the artist edition. So I bought this off of her website. It is a lot more money if you buy it via the website, on Hannah Lynn's website. So I did this very plain. I did a very simple one. I didn't put a background on it. I didn't want to put a background on it. Hold on, let me take a sip of my iced tea. So I lose my voice. That's never a good sign. Okay, who did not doubt for a second I would get this book? This is Colour's newest book. This is Fairies. If you guys do not think I was going to get Fairies, you're wrong. I did this one, and look, pink wings, all sparkly. I actually had to look up what this owl looked like in real life. The owl did not come out the way I wanted him to come out at all. And I had to go darker because her skin got all messed up the first time. So I had to reapply pencil to get her skin to be that tan. Then I used the white ivory pencil for the white and the snow. So that is Fairies. You guys didn't think I was going to buy Fairies. You're very wrong. Easter Bliss. Oh, I'm going to take a diamond painting out. So I got to figure where my Chuck Pinson is. So I can do the Chuck along. But I'm probably going to end up... now, this is Easter Bliss, and I'm almost done with this one, too. But I didn't finish this one. I think I did this one. I'm not sure how many left I have to do. I did this one. I called it Smile at Spring. So I'm not really sure how many left I have to do in this one, but I think it's quite a few. Well, let me see what I've done actually in this one. Because this one is really nice. This is mixed media paper. As you can tell, when I started doing this, I was doing this with different things. They give you a swatching page, so you guys can see some of what I've been doing in this book. Jennifer's Day has some really nice ones, but this one I did with different pencils because I couldn't figure out what I did originally. These are nice books. If you want something a little bit more on the cutesy side. So I think I have. How many left do I have in this? One. Oh, and then she has grayscale. Her husband also does some grayscale. I started this a long time ago before I understood how to really do grayscale. So this is some of the grayscale photos that her husband does. 3, 4, 5, 6. And then if you want to see some of what her husband does, these are her husband's photograph. Jennifer Stay's husband, Steve, is a photographer, so he included this page as a reference photo if you guys are curious about his work. I just thought that was really cool to include it so you guys can get an idea on how to color it maybe or make it look different. So I got about 7 pages left in the Easter Bliss. So they included the grayscale in it. So which was really nice of them to do because I think sometimes, you forget about the flowers. Second to last book in this pile. Yep, we're almost done, ladies and gentlemen. Almost done. Mandalas, Mandalas, Volume 3 by Colored. I love this paper. They have like the best paper in their books. But I want to show you what happened. The other day I was going through this and boom, it slid out. So here is this beautiful thing. I did this because I wanted to test how my sprees would do in here. For whatever reason, I wanted to test them, and I had no idea what I was going to do. And then I saw this one, and it was a little bit easier to do. But the pictures in this are a little complex. But someone told me that my copy of this book has errors in it, that I have repeat images in it, and I'm okay with that because you know what? It's okay because the paper is beautiful. I don't mind having a little bit of a defective copy because the pictures are still good. So I didn't realize I had a defective copy until it was too late to return the book. But I'm okay knowing my copy is a little defective, but it doesn't bother me. Sometimes things just don't bother you. And now this one is Blissful Scenes, Volume 2, and this is on my top 10 books to finish for the year. Where is this? That was done hastily. Here, this is the one I did. The little girl and her dog. I was trying to make it a golden retriever, and I did not succeed. I colored him too yellow, in my opinion. He should have been a little bit lighter and a little bit darker with tones. This is why I don't color animals, because I get them wrong. No matter how I color animals, I always get them wrong. So that is the one I did. And this is the last book. So we are officially done with the completed pages for the month of February. Woohoo! Now I can look through that and try and find the Chuck Pinson painting because everybody's doing the Chuck Pinson Chuck-along. So I got to find my Chuck Pinson and see if I can find it. So now all the books are off the ottoman where I store. I have an ottoman, and I'm in the ottoman. I have all my diamond painting stash. Now, some of you saw that box. Michelle, that's the box that I had gotten. If you were on Instagram, you saw a picture of Michelle. It's a box of 3 levels. So I stored all my diamond painting pens in there. So some of you saw the picture. It was so funny because Stephanie Sebastian, who's a patriotic beauty, actually included it in her story by picture. So I was like really flattered. She goes, that top shelf is reserved for all the patriotic team. It just happened to be the big family of pens. So yeah, because it's 13 pens. I have 13 pens from patriotic beauty alone. So I was really happy about that. So this is the last page that we did. We used a couple of different markers. I cannot remember for the life of me because I didn't have my sprees at the time that I did this picture. So I'm thinking it's the other one plus some Copics maybe. I think the Copics for this because this came out the smoothest of all of it. So I hope you have enjoyed this video. If you have liked this video, give it a thumbs up. And I hope you all have enjoyed your afternoon with me. And everybody have a great time. Stay safe. Wear a mask. Wash your hands. Socially distance. I know. But we will get through it together. And just remember, we just all have to do our part to not get infected. Anyway, everybody, I hope you have enjoyed this video. Peace, everybody. And happy coloring or happy diamond painting if you're diamond painting. If you're reading, happy reading. If you're bye everybody. I hope you enjoyed this. I know I did. Bye everybody.